Shell just spent millions marketing their V-Power Nitro Plus as the ultimate engine protection, claiming it removes up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits. Meanwhile, Costco is selling top-tier certified fuel for 50 cents less per gallon that meets the exact same detergent standards. Someone is lying to you, and it is costing you hundreds of dollars per year. The fuel industry has split into two camps: brands charging premium prices based on marketing budgets and Formula One sponsorships versus brands passing top-tier quality through at wholesale prices. Both are protecting your engine. Only one is protecting your wallet. Here is what Shell and your dealership will not tell you. The Environmental Protection Agency set fuel standards so low in 1995 that automakers had to create their own certification just to keep engines from clogging. That standard is called Top Tier. Shell meets it, so does Costco, so does Quick Trip. The difference? Shell charges you $1 extra per fill-up for the privilege of their racing pedigree. If you are filling up with non-top tier discount gas, you are playing Russian roulette with a $20,000 engine. But if you are paying Shell's premium prices when cheaper top-tier options exist, you are subsidizing their marketing department. Stick around until the end, because what I discovered about which specific engines are dying from carbon buildup and the one additive that actually reverses the damage will save you thousands in repair bills. The top-tier standard explained in 1995, the EPA thought they were saving the environment by mandating detergent additives in gasoline. What they actually did was set the bar so pathetically low that automakers watched fuel injectors clog and intake valves choke within 10,000 miles. By 2004, BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota were so fed up they created their own fuel standard and dared fuel companies to meet it. Here are the numbers that matter. EPA minimum detergent requirement, 200 parts per million. Top-tier standard, 300 to 600 parts per million. That is 2 to 3 times more cleaning power. Cost to fuel companies to upgrade from EPA minimum to top tier, less than 1 cent per gallon. AAA ran independent testing where they operated an engine continuously for 100 hours, representing 4,000 miles of real-world use. The result? Non-top tier gas left 19 times more carbon deposits on injectors, intake valves, and combustion chambers compared to top-tier fuel. Consumer reports found that top-tier gas reduced existing deposits by 45 to 72% over just 5,000 miles. Top-tier uses polyether-amine detergents, PEA for short, that attach to carbon molecules and incinerate them during combustion. Think of your fuel injectors like a shower head. Low-quality gas clogs the tiny spray holes with carbon gunk, disrupting the fuel pattern and strangling performance. Top-tier detergents scrub those holes clean with every fill-up. Automakers backing top-tier: BMW, Mercedes-Benz, General Motors, Ford, Honda, Toyota, Volkswagen, Audi, Stellantis, Subaru, and Volvo. That is not a suggestion. That is a warning label. The extra cost? 3 to 5 cents per gallon. On a 15-gallon tank, that is 45 to 75 cents. The cost to replace clogged fuel injectors? $300 to $1,200. The cost to walnut blast carbon off intake valves? $400 to $800. Bottom line, top tier is not a marketing gimmick. It is an insurance policy written by automakers who got tired of warranty claims caused by garbage fuel. The real question is not whether to use top tier. It is which top tier brand to choose. Shell V-Power, Nitro Plus, marketing vs reality. Shell has built an empire on racing pedigree and nitrogen-enriched marketing buzzwords. They sponsor Scuderia Ferrari and Formula One. They plaster their stations with claims about deposit-eradicating technology and 4 levels of defense against gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. And they charge you 30 to 60 cents more per gallon than Costco for the privilege. The question is, are you paying for performance or paying for Ferraris? Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium pricing, $3.80 to $4.50 per gallon depending on your region. Costco top tier, regular pricing, $3 to $3.30 per gallon. Shell claims they remove up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits with 6 times the cleaning agents required to meet federal standards. The federal EPA standard is 200 parts per million. Shell's detergent level sits at approximately 1,200 parts per million. That is indeed 6 times the EPA minimum. But the top-tier requirement, 300 to 600 parts per million. Shell's premium formula runs 2 to 4 times higher than top-tier requires. Shell is top-tier certified, which means their regular 87 octane meets the same baseline detergent standards as Costco, Quick Trip, and every other top-tier brand. Their V-Power Nitro Plus Premium formula does contain higher concentrations of detergents, plus friction modifiers and corrosion inhibitors. Here is the thing. That extra detergent boost matters if you are running a turbocharged direct injection engine that requires premium fuel anyway. But if your car runs on regular, you are paying Shell's premium prices for protection you can get at Costco for $1 less per gallon. Real-world scenario. You drive 15,000 miles per year. Your car gets 25 miles per gallon. That is 600 gallons annually. Shell V-Power costs 50 cents more per gallon than Costco top tier. You just threw away $300 per year for functionally identical engine protection. Bottom line, Shell V-Power Nitro Plus is legitimate top-tier fuel with enhanced detergent packages, but unless your vehicle specifically requires premium fuel for octane reasons, you are paying for racing sponsorships and glossy advertising, not meaningful engine protection over cheaper top-tier alternatives. The discount fuel dilemma. That sketchy independent station advertising gas has tempted every driver for 20 cents less than the Shell across the street. You roll the dice, save $5 on a fill-up, and pat yourself on the back for being financially savvy. What you do not see is the carbon deposit time bomb ticking inside your fuel injectors. Non-top-tier discount gas pricing, $2.90 to $3.10 per gallon. Top-tier certified gas pricing, $3.10 to $3.50 per gallon. Savings per fill-up using non-top tier, $3 to $6 on a 15-gallon tank. Sounds great until you remember that AAA testing showed 19 times more carbon deposits with non-top tier gas fuel. Injector replacement cost, $300 to $1,200. Intake valve cleaning cost, $400 to $800. Break-even calculation, you would need to save $600 in fuel costs to justify one injector replacement. Here is the myth that needs to die. All gas comes from the same refinery, so it is all the same quality. Wrong. Base gasoline does come from shared terminals and pipelines, but brand identity is created when proprietary additive packages are blended in during the loading process. Non-top-tier brands either skip the additives entirely or use the bare EPA minimum to save pennies per gallon. The insidious part about non-top-tier gas is that the damage is invisible until it is catastrophic. You will not notice the problem at 5,000 miles. At 10,000 miles, you might feel a slight hesitation during acceleration. By 20,000 miles, your fuel economy has dropped and your check engine light is flirting with you. By 40,000 miles, you are staring at a repair bill that eclipses every dollar you saved at the pump. Bottom line, non-top-tier discount gas is financial Russian roulette. You are gambling a $20,000 engine to save $3 per tank. The house always wins this bet. Real quick, if you're finally understanding why your mechanic keeps lecturing you about fuel quality, hit that subscribe button. We dig into the automotive industry's dirty secrets so you do not have to learn them the expensive way. Drop a comment and tell me which gas station you have been using. I want to know if you have been paying the Shell Premium or playing it smart with Costco. Direct injection engines, the most vulnerable. If you bought a car in the last 15 years, there is a 70% chance it has a gasoline direct injection engine, and you are sitting on a carbon deposit time bomb that fuel quality alone cannot fully diffuse. GDI engine adoption rate over 70% of new vehicles sold in the United States since 2015. Carbon buildup timeline in GDI engines, noticeable deposits by 20 to 40,000 miles, severe by 60 to 80,000 miles. Most vulnerable engines, Volkswagen and Audi TSI turbos, Ford EcoBoost family, BMW N20 and B48 turbos, GM Ecotec turbo engines, Hyundai and Kia Theta and Gamma engines. Direct injection is an engineering marvel for fuel economy and emissions. By injecting fuel at ultra-high pressure directly into the combustion chamber, GDI engines achieve surgical precision in fuel metering. The problem? In old-school port injection engines, fuel sprayed over the intake valves, acting like a detergent wash with every cycle. GDI engines bypass the valves entirely, leaving them exposed to crankcase blow-by, oil vapor and carbon gunk that bakes onto the valve faces like ceramic coating. Top-tier fuel helps by keeping injectors clean and minimizing combustion chamber deposits, but it cannot wash valves that never see fuel. Even with top-tier gas, GDI engines will accumulate intake valve carbon. It is not if, it is when. Symptoms of carbon-clogged GDI engines: rough idle, hesitation during acceleration, misfires, reduced fuel economy, and eventually check engine lights for multiple misfires. The fix? Walnut blasting. a process where mechanics remove the intake manifold and blast crushed walnut shells at high pressure to scrub carbon off valve faces. Cost: $400 to $800 depending on the engine. Prevention strategies: use top-tier fuel exclusively to minimize the problem, consider catch can installation to trap oil blow-by before it reaches the valves, and if your engine has both port and direct injection, like Toyota's D4S system, you are in better shape because the port injectors still wash the valves periodically. Bottom line, GDI engines are carbon deposit magnets by design. Top-tier fuel is your first line of defense, but it is not a silver bullet. Budget: for valve cleaning every 60 to 80,000 miles as preventative maintenance. The regional fuel quality wildcard: you pull into a Shell station in Texas and get pristine V-Power Nitro Plus that lives up to every marketing claim. 2 months later, you fill up at a Shell in rural Idaho, and the fuel is contaminated with water and sediment because the independent operator has not cleaned the storage tanks since the Bush administration. Same brand, wildly different quality. Shell operates nearly 13,000 stations across the United States. Many are independently owned franchises, not corporate-owned locations. Top-tier compliance requires that all licensed retailers must meet standards at all locations in all octane grades. Reality: enforcement relies on self-reporting and random audits. Storage tank issues are the hidden killer. Water intrusion from condensation or leaking tanks. Sediment accumulation from years of neglect. Cross-contamination if tanks serve multiple grades. Independent franchise operators might skip additive treatments to save costs, or their storage tanks might be so poorly maintained that even top-tier additives cannot overcome contamination. Corporate-owned stations like Costco, Quick Trip, or company-operated Shell locations have stricter quality control because corporate reputation is on the line. Sketchy independent operators: they are one bad fuel delivery away from destroying your engine. How to verify your local station's fuel quality: look for signs of well-maintained facilities, clean pumps, updated equipment, high traffic volume indicating fresh fuel turnover. Avoid stations with empty lots or aging infrastructure. Cross-reference the top-tier station finder online to confirm the brand is licensed. Bottom line, brand name on the sign does not guarantee quality fuel in the tank. Corporate-owned stations or high-volume locations are your safest bet for consistent top-tier quality. Drop a comment right now and tell me which fuel brand has your loyalty, and has anyone out there actually had an engine destroyed by bad gas? I want to hear your war stories. The fuel industry has spent decades hiding behind minimum government standards while your engine pays the price in carbon deposits and repair bills. Top-tier certification was born from Automaker frustration, a recognition that EPA standards were not protecting engines. They were protecting fuel company profits. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus is legitimate top-tier fuel with enhanced additives, but you are paying Ferrari tax for protection you can get from Costco at wholesale prices. Non-top-tier discount gas is a financial trap that will cost you exponentially more in repairs than you ever saved at the pump. Here is your smart fuel strategy for 2026. If your vehicle requires premium fuel for octane reasons, turbocharged engines, high-compression sports cars, Shell V-Power or Chevron with Techron are worth the premium because you need the octane. Anyway, and you are getting enhanced detergents as a bonus. If your car runs on regular 87 octane, buy the cheapest top-tier brand in your area: Costco, Sam's Club, Quick Trip, Marathon, or any other licensed retailer. You are getting identical baseline protection for 50 cents less per gallon. Never, under any circumstances, buy non-top-tier discount gas to save $3 per tank. That savings will evaporate the first time you are staring at a 4-figure repair bill for clogged injectors and carbon-crusted valves. Download the top-tier Station Finder app. Verify your local stations are licensed. Choose the cheapest top-tier option in your area. If you drive a GDI engine, budget for intake valve cleaning every 60 to 80,000 miles regardless of fuel quality. It is preventative maintenance, not a failure. Your engine is a $20,000 investment. Do not sabotage it to save the cost of a fast food meal per fill-up. Hit subscribe if you are tired of the automotive industry treating you like a walking wallet. Next week, we are exposing which motor oil brands are cutting their additive packages while jacking up prices, and which budget oils are outperforming the premium brands in independent testing. You are not going to want to miss it.